I wanted to record this. I'm just going to show you guys the basic of how I created this. It's something simple. All I did was just bring my logo in, but I'm going to show you guys. Let me turn my ceiling fan on real quick because I do get a little hot at times. So I'm just going to show you guys the basics real quick on how I created this here that I am going to print out and use for my labels for my shirts, for the inside of my shirts, for when I create shirts like the one I have on. I am going to print these out in equal solvent ink on printable HTV vinyl so that I can put them in the inside of my shirt and customize my shirts with my brand. So I am going to pull a new canvas up and show you guys how I did this. Do new file. I want an 8 by 10. I'm an 8.5 by 11 size sheet. So I'm gonna hit, I'm gonna click on that. But if this wasn't already customized from me using it, I would go over here and highlight this and type 8.5. Highlight the height, which would be 11. And then I would make sure this is on inches. You could do pixels, inches, centimeters, millimeters, point, and so forth. But I always use inches. So I will make sure my canvas is set to the width and height that I need. And then I will hit create. And it's going to bring up a blank transparent canvas. So once I do that, I want to bring in my logo. So what I am going to do is go to File, Place Embedded, and I am going to search my logo. I'm just going to put logo and see what comes up, and here it is. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to hit place. So it comes in with the square around it with the white boxes, which lets me stretch it as big as what I wanted, as wide as I wanted, as skinny as I wanted. That's what this, these boxes, this, what do you call it? We're gonna say adjustment box comes up. When it comes up, this allows me to do these things. So here, I'm just making a simple sticker, equal solvent transfer sticker for my shirts. For when I do my shirts, I wanted to do a new sticker. So if I wanted to adjust this and make my logo smaller, on my computer, which is a Mac, I hit Command T and it brings that box back up. That is the shortcut for my, we're going to say the adjustment box. To bring it down smaller, taller, wider, whatever. So I'm going to just position it here, which I'm going to end up making it smaller anyway, but I'm going to just leave it this size for now. So now what I want to do is I want to crop my image into a circle. So I am going to go over here to the ellipse tool. I am going to click it, make sure it's highlighted. And then you see how that plus comes up on my screen. I am going to click, drag downwards, and then drag over. And it gives me a circle. Now, my adjustment box, my adjustment points is up, so I can drag it. If I want the circle to be wider, I can drag it to where I want it to be over the image. And then if I want it to be longer in the height, I can drag it down. So there you have my ellipse tool. Now, anytime you bring in anything, you do any movement with any of the tools, once you are done with your movement, you go over here and hit the plus sign. Hit that. Make sure you always hit the move tool to take to remove what it is, the tool that you selected. So if I select the brush, that's going to come up because I don't have the proper stuff in use right now to use the brush, but that will come up. But if I did have my layer selected with the extra masking thing on here. I don't know what we want to call it, that layer mask thumbnail. If I had that selected, the brush would come up. I would go up here, I would hit the brush, I would go up here, and I would make sure the soft brush is selected, and then I would do the pixels of my brush, and it'll bring up a circle, as you guys can see, and then I could blend out the ellipse circle, which I don't want to do. So I'm just going to hit Command Z to undo that. And I'm going to hit the move tool to get rid of that brush, because that's not what I want to do. But anytime you are using any of these tools along the left side of your panel, when you're finished with that tool, you hit the move tool to deselect that tool that you were using. Okay, so now that I have my circle to the sides that I wanted, I am going, well, let me delete this. Since I want to delete this, this extra box that I don't need, this layer mask thumbnail, I am going to select that box and go down here to the trash can and hit delete. And delete it. But now I want to create a clipping mask. I want to put my image inside this circle. So what I am going to do, I am going to drag, click the layer of my image, and I am going to drag it over top of the circle. Now my image is covering the circle. So therefore, I can put the image inside this ellipse. Now, if it was on top, if the circle was on top of my picture, and I tried to create a clipping mask, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. You right click, go down to create a clipping mask. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So I'm gonna hit my Command Z to undo it. I want my picture inside the circle. So I'm gonna drag the picture over top of the circle. Whenever you're doing a clipping mask, whatever you're clipping, whatever image you're clipping into the mask, you put the image on top of that mask, and then you create that clipping mask. So now I'm going to right click on the layer, go down to clipping mask, and there you have it. It's in a circle. So that's how you create a clipping mask, guys. For anything, you know how you have the grunge shapes and things of that nature. This is how you get your image into those grunge shapes. You put your image over top of the shape. You right click on that layer, that image. You go down to create a clipping mask. You clip it. I'm at select it, but mine is saying release clipping mask, because that's if I want to take the image out. So I'm gonna show y'all real quick. It'll take the image right out. If I wanted to take that image out that circle, but I want that image in the circle before what I'm making. So I'm gonna create a clipping mask. So now I want to adjust this circle. I want to make it smaller. This circle, I'm at my image and the circle are separate, two separate layers. Even though I put my image inside my ellipse, it's still two separate layers. I want to combine these layers and make it one, so that when I bring up my transformation points, I can move them together. So say if I wanted to move the circle, if I don't combine them and I wanted to move the circle, make the circle smaller. So I click on the circle and I hit Command T for my shortcut. It's going to bring up the transformation points around the circle only. And then when I size it down, look, my image is not sizing down with it. So I have to merge these layers together so that when I do my Command T, which is the shortcut for the adjustment of my circle, I have to merge the layers together. So I'm going to hit Command Z to undo that. I'm going to hit this check mark to remove the points. Now I am going to click the ellipse layer, and I'm going to hold down my Command key, and I'm going to click the image, my logo layer. I am going to right click while both of them are highlighted. I am going to go down until I hit merge layers, or you can hit link layers, but I'm going to merge layers because I want them to become one. When you hit link layers, it links them together. If you hit the Command T and get your adjustment box to come up, the layers will move together. They will adjust together, but I just want the layers to merge together. So I'm going to merge the layers. Now it becomes one layer. So now if I hit the Command T, one box come up around the image and I could adjust the whole image. So that's how you get your image inside a circle, inside a clipping mask, or if you're doing a grunge shape that you put your image inside, you do it the same way. So now I want to just bring in a little bit of font and just type in my business name, which is Rose Creation. So I'm going to click the T. Now you right click on a T, you got horizontally and vertically. I want my font to be horizontally. So that layer is highlighted. That little box with the square with the T, I'm gonna call it a T, comes up. You click anywhere on the layer and then you just start typing. Now it's a little big because I was doing a backdrop last night. So that's why the font is a little big. But now I'm going to hit the move tool to release it, because if I didn't hit the move tool while that square with that T was up there and I tried to click on this to adjust the sides, another layer would have popped up. Another font layer would have popped up. So you want to always hit the move tool when you're done. So now I want to make sure this layer is highlighted, which is the name, and I want to hit Command T to get my points up. And I just want to adjust it to the size that I need. Just adjust it to where I want it. I think that's cool right there. And now, okay, so here we're going to select the font style that I want. So I'm going to hit the move tool again. And I'm going to go over here to my fonts. And I'm going to just scroll down so I find the font that I want, which probably will be the first one, because I'm just keeping it simple. You got a white image instead of the picture. Did you put the picture on top of the clipping mask before you did it? I'm gonna just pick a simple font. It's probably gonna be the first one, guys. And you click this here, the ellipse tool, and brought in your circle. Are you doing it on a grunge or are you doing it into a circle? Because I don't know why. In a grunge. Okay, a grunge heart shape. Okay, so you put the picture over top of the grunge. And then you click on the layer of the picture, right click on it, and then scroll down and then hit clipping mask. Create a clipping mask. It should go right into that grunge. That picture has to be directly on top of that grunge in the layers panel. You did that. All right, give me 1 second because I'm a pull up a call with you. Okay, so this is the font that I want to use. So what I'm gonna do is I want to get it. I want to turn this font to a different color. I want it to match my logo. So I'm going to right click. Okay. So I'm going to click one time, double click in the layer, and it's going to bring up this layer styles panel. I want to change the color of the font. So I'm going to go to color overlay. And I click the color because I already made this. So the color is already there that I want. But it said, let's say if I wanted the blue color, like in the jeans of my logo, I will check the color overlay. Then I would click in that layer of the color overlay. The color shows up here. The square color shows here. So I will click that color and then it gives me a color picker overlay. So once I bring this up, I can hover my mouse anywhere over the keyboard and select a color from anywhere. So let's say I want to do that, the color of the jeans, which is blue. My dropper is over the blue. I click, voila, my font turned to a blue color. So this is how you change the colors. If you want the colors to be the same exact color of the image, the logo, or whatever it is you're using, that's how you change the colors. But I'm not going to use that. I want it to stay pink, so I'm going to hit cancel. And I'm going to keep it at this pink font. Let me move this over a little bit. I'm trying to move myself out the way so I can see. So I'm going to keep it at this pink font. So, but I do want to give it a stroke. So I'm going to click stroke. My black stroke come up. If you notice, I have 3 different strokes here because I was using 3 different strokes, but I have 3 different strokes here. So I'm going to just right click on the strokes panel, the layer, so I could bring up the different settings for the stroke. Now I can make the stroke thicker by sliding the sliding bar for its sides, or I can make it smaller. I could put the stroke on the outside of the wording. Now, if you look closely, let me make this panel. Let me see something, y'all. All right. If you look closely, the font is on the outside of the wording. If I want to put it in the inside, I will click position, inside, and then put it in the inside, but you can't even see the pink because the font is so thick. So I'm going to slide this down whereas though to show the font. But me, what I'm doing, I want my stroke on the outside. So I'm going to go back to the outside. And you can also do the center. And I want my stroke a little thicker. So I'm going to make it a little thicker. Mind you, this is just for my logo. So this is all I'm going to do, guys. I just wanted to show y'all real quick how to do a basic Clippy mask and bring the font and change the color and do a stroke. Like I said, on Thursday, I'm gonna still host a class on Thursday where I'm going to do a lot of different things. I'm going to show you how to blend the background. I'm going to show you how to remove the background. I'm going to show you a lot of different things in Photoshop. And y'all see my toddler back there in the back jumping across the sofa because she know I'm on live. These kids be trying you, boy. They be trying you at the right time. But once you select the style that you want, you click OK. Always click OK to finalize it. When you bring up the layer styles panel, always click OK. Always click OK. If you make any changes, you click anything, you add anything, and you got a lot of different things you can add. So you can add a drop shadow, which gives it that double wording look. I'm going to show y'all all of this from Thursday. So you can do a lot of things in here, but I don't want the drop shadow. I just want it basically like that. So I'm going to hit OK. So I just wanted to go live with you guys real quick to show y'all something that I'm about to print out for the inside of my shirts, for my custom shirts. This is another way of branding your shirts for your business. You can go ahead and make yourself your logo, do custom shirt labels, because that's what this will be used for. So say if I made a custom shirt for somebody and the tag part, I'm just going to equal salve and transfer, put my little image there, the little hot iron, the little hand iron, put my image right in my shirt, guys. That's all. That's what this is for. So I thank you guys once again. Let me go back to you. Let me stop sharing. I thank you guys once again for tapping in. Those of you who tapped in, I appreciate you guys. But I just wanted to show y'all that and share that with y'all real quick. And y'all see her in the back. Y'all see her, right? I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down because now she's trying to show off because she knows I'm on live. But cousin, I'm gonna talk to you in a second.